The New York Giants' blueprint is more transparent than you might first think. The Giants have also been very busy in trying to complete it. While it's fair to disagree with how they've gone about the trading in and out of assets, what they're trying to do is simple: build a locker room full of team-first players who don't have much off-field buzz about them. When the Giants added two players like this, who also have a track record of success on the field, head coach Pat Shurmur was very excited. This is how both Shurmur and general manager Dave Gettleman feel about the additions of offensive guard Kevin Zeitler and wide receiver Golden Tate. In addition to Zeitler and Tate, the Giants have added safeties Jabril Peppers and Antoine Bethea, outside linebacker Marcus Golden, and defensive lineman Olsen Pierre. The Giants have also resigned several of their own free agents, including Cody Latimer, Eli Penny, Alex Tenney, Aldrick Roses, John Halapio, Corey Coleman, Scott Simonson, and several other players we will break down below. The Giants have also allowed in-house free agents go, including starters like Landon Collins, B.W. Webb, and Jamin Brown. Today, we're going to break down our projected starting lineup for the Giants in 2019 as it stands in the middle of March. There is still much to change with the 2019 NFL Draft on its way. We'll make our prediction with a nod to what the Giants may do in the draft, so you may see a rookie or two named here. Let's jump right into the depth chart now with our starting lineup prediction. Eli Manning will be the starter for Week 1 of the 2019 regular season, but there is no guarantee he will be the starter in Week 17. If the Giants use draft capital to acquire Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, Drew Luck, Will Grier or Daniel Jones during the 2019 NFL Draft, Manning will have a much shorter leash in 2019 than he had in 2018 with journeyman Alex Tenney and fourth-round rookie Kyle Lauletta behind him. In an interview with Mike Francesca of WFAN Radio, general manager Dave Gettleman alluded to the 2004 season when he was still with the franchise. During that season, the Giants benched starting veteran Kurt Warner when the team had a 5-4 record to insert their rookie first-round pick from Ole Miss. Gettleman confirmed to Francesca that he was in favor of the move then and still believes it was the right move now. For a more in-depth breakdown of the pros and cons to starting Manning in 2019, click here. For what it's worth, Manning had his most efficient season from a statistical standpoint in quite some time during the 2018 regular season despite dealing with one of the worst defensive lines in the NFL through the first 8 weeks and despite playing in a brand new offensive scheme that was nothing like the one he played in under ex-head coach Ben McAdoo. This also comes during a season where he lost his best wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr., and his second-best receiving option, Evan Engram, for 4 games each. Manning finished with a career-high 66.0 completion rate, a career-low in interceptions with 11, his best quarterback rating, 92.4, since 2015, and he still managed his best yards per attempt average, 7.5, since the 2011 season. If you ask scouts and executives around the NFL, they will point to yards per attempt average as the key indicator of a quarterback's production and efficiency. Saquon Barkley: nothing to see here, folks. Move it on. It's scary to think the 2018 Rookie of the Year could be even better in year 2. Sure, Barkley will lose the advantage of Odell Beckham Jr. commanding defensive attention on the outside, but he will also be 1 year further in his development as a player. In 2018, Barkley talked about the key change he made to his game around the Giants' bye week. With the help of Shurmur, Barkley changed his pacing to the line of scrimmage. In other words, Barkley attacked downhill more immediately after receiving the handoff and he immediately saw more success on a per-attempt basis. In 2019, we expect Barkley to become a much bigger piece of the passing game with Beckham gone. However, we believe Manning is not the right quarterback to get the most out of Barkley in the passing game due to the veteran's consistent struggles, even dating back to his earliest seasons, in the screen and short passing game. Barkley can be a terror for opposing defenses on wheel routes in the flat, over the middle, and in the vertical passing game. Shepard worked primarily as the Giants' ex-wide receiver in Beckham's absence against the Indianapolis Colts and other teams in 2018. He came into his role in the Week 16 game against the Colts when he racked up 113 receiving yards on 6 receptions. Shepard will trade off with free agent acquisition Golden Tate in the slot and on the boundary. However, in Pat Shurmur's offensive scheme, traditional wide receiver roles are less important. This is especially true when you consider how much mesh Shurmur runs in the middle of the field. Shepard will be entering the 4th year of his rookie contract and he has been more productive than given credit for. As the third option in the Giants' offense in 2018, Shepard racked up 66 receptions for 872 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns in a passing offense that consistently struggled as Manning threw for just 20 touchdown passes in 16 games. The Giants are hoping he has one more jump left in him and his passing volume should expand without Beckham. Prior to the 2018 season, Pro Football Focus senior fantasy analyst Scott Barrett published an excellent research piece, Metrics That Matter, Is Golden Tate Among the League's Elite WRs? Our focus today will be on yards after the catch and missed tackles forced on receptions, Barrett said. Last year's league leader, in both categories, was Tate, also our number 7 graded wide receiver. Last year, he led in yards after contact by 108 and in missed tackles forced on receptions by 5. He ranks top 5 in yards after contact in each of the past 4 seasons and top 3 in missed tackles forced in each of the past 6 seasons. While Barrett was referring to the 2017 season and Tate didn't grade out as strongly in 2018, he still managed to keep up his dominance in forced missed tackles and yards after contact. It's also important to keep the context in mind. Tate was traded from a struggling Lions offense to the Philadelphia Eagles mid-season and he had to pick up an entirely new playbook with multiple quarterbacks, Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. In 2019, Tate could be a surprising contributor for the Giants. His ability to force missed tackles and create yards after contact is a perfect fit for Shurmur's mesh-heavy offensive scheme that stresses yards after the catch. Tate can play both outside wide receiver and in the slot. Latimer offers the Giants size at the wide receiver, a hard-working attitude, special teams prowess, and the surprising ability to make big plays in the passing game as was seen in his excellent performance against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 17 of the 2018 regular season after he returned from injured reserve. Latimer finished Week 17 with 4 receptions for 72 yards and a touchdown during the team's last-second loss to the Cowboys. Latimer's size on the boundary is an important factor when it comes to blocking in the run game for a team that will likely operate its offense via running back Saquon Barkley. Engram was our offensive breakout pick in 2018 and who knows what could have been if a low hit in Week 3 didn't lead to a sprained MCL. It took Engram a while to get back up to speed and then he injured his hamstring while overcompensating for an MCL that clearly wasn't fully healed. When Engram finally got a little healthier over the final few games of the 2018 season, he showed glimpses of what could make him so special in Shurmur's scheme. Engram totaled 24 receptions for 386 receiving yards over the final 5 games of the 2018 season. Nate Solder had a rocky first half of the 2018 regular season while dealing with a neck stinger and the growing pains of playing alongside rookie Will Hernandez. In the second half of the 2018 season, Solder was arguably the team's best offensive lineman and certainly their most consistent run blocker. Upon review of the games on all 22, Solder was a better player as Hernandez improved and they project to lock down the left side of the line for the Giants in 2019. This is one of the team's strengths heading into the 2019 regular season. Will Hernandez wasn't dominant right away for the Giants during the 2018 regular season, but most rookie offensive linemen not named Quentin Nelson go through a year-one learning curve. In the second half of the 2018 regular season, Hernandez improved drastically. Heading into his second NFL season, it's fair to expect another leap forward from the former No. 34 overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. The Giants resigned both John Halapio and Spencer Pulley at the center position. The battle between Halapio and Pulley will easily be the biggest competition on the offensive line in training camp 2019. Jalapeno is expected to get the first crack at starting, but Pulley filled in admirably during the 2018 season. If Jalapeno reaches his potential, the Giants feel like he can be a big-time contributor in their blocking scheme. Shurmur runs a heavy dosage of inside-zone blocking concepts in the run game. Kevin Zeitler. According to Pro Football Focus, Zeitler allowed 1 pressure in pass protection for every 63.0 snaps in 2018, which was the best mark in the NFL. Zeitler allowed just 11 quarterback pressures all season, while the Giants' right guards combined to allow 38 pressures. The Giants were a mess in pass protection at the right guard position in 2018. First, they started free agent signing Patrick Omameh at right guard. Eventually, the Giants benched and then released Omameh. Although his replacement Jamin Brown was well received by Giants fans, he wasn't actually as good as those fans would tell you. Zeitler will be the highest impact acquisition the Giants made during the 2019 offseason. Andre Dillard. This a very rich in talent draft class at the offensive tackle position. The Giants will have excellent options available to them with the No. 17 and No. 37 overall picks in the 2019 NFL Draft. We like them to select Dillard with the number 17 overall pick. Dillard is our top-rated tackle for the Giants scheme. He is the best fit for the zone-heavy scheme Shurmur loves, and he has the quickest feet in this draft class. Dillard dominated the 2 most important drills for an offensive lineman at the Combine, the 3-cone and the short shuttle, showing off his elite lateral agility and quickness. If Dillard is off the board, the Giants could have their choice of several other excellent offensive tackle prospects, including Jonah Williams, Cody Ford, Jawin Taylor, Dalton Risner, and several others. There will also be excellent prospects on the board when the Giants pick at number 37 overall. Chad Wheeler will not be starting at right tackle for the Giants in 2019.